It was another season to forget for the Patriots.
The New England Patriots. Let's be honest, outside of Boston, nobody's picking them to make the playoffs this season. The AFC East is dominated by Buffalo, the AFC itself is stacked, and the storyline is the Patriots dynasty is over. Brady's in the broadcast booth, Belichick's off doing other things, and the Patriots are now finished. But here's the thing. History tells us that the Patriots are the NFL's version of that horror movie villain. You think they're gone, the credits are rolling, and then BAM! They're back. And if you actually look at the coaching changes, the sneaky roster upgrades, and how the schedules line up, there's a very real underdog story brewing in Foxborough this season. Let's dive into it. Coaching changes, roster moves, and the schedule, or in other words, 3 reasons why Patriots fans can get excited about January football again. Let's get to it. Let's start at the top. Mike Vrabel is back in New England. He's a fan favourite, Hall of Famer, and a guy who looks like he could still suit up and rack up 10 tackles tomorrow if you handed him a helmet. Well, in fact, he didn't even need a helmet when he dived into 2 scrap piles in joint practices this pre-season. His presence instantly changed the tone of this team moving forward. And how about this? Josh McDaniels returns as offensive coordinator. After a few rough experiments calling plays the last couple of years, Patriots fans probably would have taken literally anyone else. Heck, even Madden's auto-play selection. But instead, they got the guy who knows how to cook with this system. Love him or hate him, if anyone can help Drake May take the next step, and also infuriate fans with screen and draw plays, it's McDaniels. Doug Marrone takes over the O-line, because protecting your young QB is important. Protecting him with last year's O-line, that's basically child endangerment. Marrone's job is clear, keep May upright, and not running for his life. Defensively, Terrell Williams joins after helping the Lions become one of the nastiest units in football last year. Expect some of that Motor City aggression in Foxborough. Translation: QBs sleep with one eye open. Jeremy Springer returns for his 2nd season leading special teams. They ranked 2nd in the NFL by PFF last year, which is proof that while the Patriots' offense was sometimes painful to watch, at least the punting game was elite. Silver linings, folks. Say what you want, but Vrabel and McDaniels are proven winners, and in the NFL, good coaching can turn a 6-win team into a 10-win team. And if not, at least the punter's still great. Now let's take a look at the roster. And on paper at least, it looks way better than it did last season. And no, that's not just because they've cut the guys who couldn't block a folding chair. Here's looking at you, Cole Strange. So let's start with the quarterbacks. This is Drake May's team. Year 2, coming off a Pro Bowl season. 15 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. He's got room to grow, but hey, if Mac Jones can make a Pro Bowl, so can Drake May. Behind him, Josh Dobbs, journeyman, fan favourite, amateur astronaut, and Tommy DeVito, who turned into Tom Brady for one preseason game, against the Pats of course. Ideally they don't play, unless it's victory formation, then we'll take that. On to the running backs. Ramondre Stevenson leads the charge and hopefully leaves the fumbles behind. Antonio Gibson is the change of pace back, but the buzz is all about rookie Trevion Henderson, who looked like a video game character in preseason. 100-yard kickoff return, broken tackles, highlight after highlight. If he's half that good in the regular season, Foxborough's going to need extra fireworks. Next, we have the wide receivers. Stephon Diggs. Yeah, the Patriots actually have a wide receiver 1 now. If he's healthy. That is a game changer. Matt Collins adds the depth. Pop Douglas is growing in the slot. And then you've got rookies like Kyle Williams and Efton Chisholm, who, by the way, already has fans comparing him to Edelman and Welker. No pressure, kid. Just, live up to 2 franchise legends. If you're enjoying the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our NFL content this season. We're going to be streaming every Patriots game. All NFL fans are welcome, so come and join us. Now back to the video. Onto the tight ends and O-line. Hunter Henry stays as May's security blanket. Austin Hooper is steady. And Jack Westover can block, catch, and even line up at fullback. The O-line. Totally retooled. Rookie left tackle Will Campbell is raw but promising. Mike Onwenu is the rock. And Morgan Moses brings veteran toughness. Protect May and this offense could finally, dare I say, be fun to watch again. Now let's talk defense. Defensively, the Pats look mean. Milton Williams joins Christian Barmore up front. Harold Landry brings pass rush firepower, and Robert Spillane at linebacker is basically a tackling machine with a neck roll. In the secondary, Christian Gonzalez and Carlton Davis give New England one of the most underrated cornerback duos in the league. And Jabril Peppers, let's just say receivers crossing the middle are going to think twice. Next we have special teams. Rookie kicker Andy Borregales is accurate, but can he nail the 55-yarders in the wind at Gillette? That's the real test. Bryce Behringer is back, one of the best punters in football. And Trevion Henderson on kick returns, that could get dangerous fast. Honestly, the Patriots might win a game this year purely on special teams chaos. On the whole, this roster is much better on paper than it was this time last season. The team has upgraded on certain positions, including wide receiver, running back, offensive line, defensive line and linebacker. However, concerns remain around the quality of depth that the team has. They still look particularly thin on the offensive line and at cornerback. If a starter was to go down injured, then there would be a significant drop-off in quality at those positions. There are reasons to be excited about this roster, and there may still be a move or two to come before the start of the season, we hope. The Patriots, like other teams, will be hoping they can stay relatively healthy this season. Now let's run through the schedule and see how this plays out. Week 1 versus the Raiders at home. I see them getting off to a positive winning start as long as they can stop the run. Week 2 at the Dolphins. The Patriots have a terrible record in Miami and against Tua. Unfortunately, I see that continuing. The Patriots lose this one. Week 3 versus the Steelers. Games against Pittsburgh are usually entertaining, and more often than not, the Pats come out on top. Will Aaron Rodgers be able to spark one last season magic? Maybe, but I still have the Pats to win this one at home. Week 4 versus the Panthers. Back-to-back home games for the Patriots helps with the recovery and preparation. New England too strong for Carolina on their way to 3-1. Week 5 at the Bills. Buffalo have dominated this division for the last several years, and are my pick to do the same again this season. However, the Patriots have continuously found a way to split the wins in the divisional matchups with the Bills. Will it be the same in this season? Perhaps, but at home, I expect the Bills to win this one. Week 6 at the Saints. Under new head coach Kellen Moore, New Orleans are in rebuild mode. I think the Patriots' experience will tell in this one, and New England adds another W in the win column. Week 7 at the Titans. Head coach Mike Vrabel returns to face a team that he took to the playoffs on 3 occasions. The Titans will have first overall pick Cam Ward starting at QB. I expect the Patriots to make it an uncomfortable afternoon for him, and the Pats leaving with the W. Week 8 versus the Browns. Back on home soil again, coming off 2 away wins. The Patriots keep that momentum and winning feeling going against a Browns team that still don't know who their starting quarterback is. Week 9 versus the Falcons. I expect this to be a tough matchup that could go either way. However, I'm sticking with the Patriots at home to make it 4 wins on the bounce. Week 10 at the Buccaneers. Back over to Florida, and as mentioned earlier, historically the team don't do well there. The Pats will keep it close, but the Bucs come out on top in the end. Week 11 versus the Jets. The first divisional matchup with the Jets and at home. The Patriots win this one comfortably. The Jets are in for a rough season. Week 12 at the Bengals. The Patriots pulled off the shock of Week 1 last season, beating the Bengals. However, I have Cincinnati as a surefire team to make the playoffs this season. Burrow and the offense put up too many points for the Pats to keep up with. Week 13 versus the Giants. Now, for some reason, the Giants are the Patriots bogey team. Not just the 2 Super Bowl losses, which I won't talk any more about, but during the regular season too. I think it continues, and the Giants beat the Pats in a close one in Foxborough. In Week 14, it's the bye week, and the team have a chance to reset after back-to-back losses. A big one in Week 15 versus the Bills. The team has had the bye to prepare for a big divisional matchup with Buffalo. The Patriots are at home, and I think this will be a shootout. However, the Pats find a way to keep this a one-score game and steal it at the end with a field goal as time expires. Week 16 at the Ravens. One of the toughest matchups of the season. The Ravens are my pick to make a Super Bowl run this season. Can the Pats defense stop Lamar enough times? I just don't think so. The Ravens win this one. Week 17 at the Jets. By this point, New York are playing for a top draft pick. The Patriots complete the double and get back to winning ways. And Week 18 versus the Dolphins. Now this game could have something on the line for at least one of these teams when fighting for a wildcard spot. The Patriots have failed in these scenarios before, but this season they get the job done and end the regular season with a crucial win. That's 11-6 and gets them a wildcard spot. Even if things go sideways, I have them at 9 or 10 wins minimum. Either way, this is a playoff caliber team. And hey, worst case scenario, at least our live streams will be more upbeat this season. So what do you think? Are the Patriots playoff bound? Or am I just delusional? Drop your win prediction down in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe so you don't miss any of our Patriots live streams this season. This was our Patriots season prediction video. If you want to know who we think are going to go all the way to the Super Bowl this season, make sure you watch this video next. We'll see you next time.